you know that there's 6 types of federal retirement? Well, there's 6 types to start with, so why don't we get started talking about those 6 types? Now, to begin with, let's talk about retirement in general from federal service. OPM actually works with your agency, wherever you're working, to prepare your retirement paperwork through personnel and the payroll of the agency in which you're employed. So it's a joint effort of getting you retired. So there are requirements that your agency has to meet, and there's requirements that you have to meet in order for your retirement paperwork to be processed by OPM. Has to go through your agency first, your agency payroll, and then it goes to OPM. So along with those, they want to give you some guidelines, some pointers to keep from delaying your paperwork. Your agency wants it turned in a timely manner, filled out in a timely manner and accurately, so that it isn't delayed at the agency level. But then OPM catches a lot of slack, a lot of flack about backlogs of retirement processing, and they definitely want you to have the paperwork filled out properly and timely. They want at least a minimum of 30 days. They would prefer 60 days. Most people are most relaxed when they can get their paperwork filled out 90 days in advance, regardless of the type of retirement that you're going to go through. But we want to talk about those 6 types of federal retirement. Now, there's some things in that preparation stage that's extremely important. That's why we have a 17-point assessment for federal retirement. If you go through the 17-point assessment prior to starting or initiating your retirement process with your agency, you will be fully prepared for retirement. You'll be fully prepared to fill out the paperwork that's required for your retirement, regardless of which agency you work for. So you can go to our website, febcnow.com, and you can click on the initial link that pops up, your roadmap to success, and that's going to hook you up with us so that we can start the 17-point assessment for you and help you work through that assessment that will pre-prepare you for everything your agency and OPM is going to need from you for your retirement, regardless of if it is a voluntary or what you and I know as a normal retirement. Normal retirement means I started my federal career, which is true, I did, on October the 16th of 1986, and I just thought, oh good, 30 years later, because I was 26 years old, October the 16th of 2016, I'm going to retire. Isn't that what most of us do? We pick a date based on what day we started, how old we were when we started, and we're going to retire based on a date. Well, at FEBC Now, we want to move all federal employees, postal employees, away from retiring based on a date into retirement based on solid financial information. Let's put together a true strategic federal retirement plan that'll take away all your worry, all your stress, get you prepared for the paperwork you have to fill out, and all of that leads to a voluntary retirement. But it also can help you be prepared if you decide to do an early retirement. Very similar to a voluntary retirement, but not the same at the same time. So it has different age requirements, different service requirements. The annuity could actually begin earlier than what a normal voluntary retirement would be. And there's also other special requirements. Now, as I go through these 6 types of retirement, I'm going to circle back around. You want to be sure and watch for our future videos and future webinars, because I'm actually going to do a full-fledged webinar on disability retirement. That's one of the types of retirement, one of the 6 types of retirement, disability retirement. Because as all of these RIFs are taking place, as all of the VERS are being offered, the Deferred Resignation Program has rolled out, I have been inundated with requests on disability retirement. How do we do the paperwork? What kind of medical documentation is required? So a disability retirement is not a workman's comp disability retirement. Oh, that's a 7th type of retirement that I didn't put in my list. It is not a workman's comp retirement. Those are totally different. And if you want me to do a workman's comp type disability training program, just let me know. Send me an email, elizabeth@febcnow.com, and I'm happy to do that. Because workman's comp disability is totally different than a medical disability retirement from the FERS system. So disability retirement has specific medical requirements attached to it along with service requirements. And it's also has a very different annuity computation to figure what kind of income you'd be retiring with. So that's disability retirement. A fourth type of retirement is a deferred retirement. Boy, in today's world, everybody out there that does not have minimum retirement age and years of service needs to clearly understand what deferred retirement means, because I am telling you, thousands of people are walking away from their federal retirement not understanding deferred retirement, and they're leaving money on the table. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You work too hard for the benefits that you've earned. These are benefits that you've earned through your retirement. So the deferred retirement means that you could actually draw a lifetime pension starting at 62, and in some cases maybe as early as age 60, and or minimum retirement age, whichever one may come first. So lifetime income. Don't walk away from lifetime income. Deferred retirement has other specifications that you need to understand. I also can do training on deferred retirement if you need more information, or just get a hold of us through the Roadmap to Success at febcnow.com. It's a very quick little form, easy to fill out. Won't even take you 2 minutes to fill that form out on our website. Now, the fifth type of retirement is fairly new, only been around a few years, and is called phased retirement. It's totally different. This is where you actually work part-time and you're retired part-time, which means that you get part-time pay while you're drawing part-time annuities or a pension, a part-time pension. Oh, but the hours that you work does indeed add to your service credibility, your credible service time, so you're still accruing time towards retirement while you're working part-time. So that's phased retirement. There's a few other things, that is particular to phased retirement that you'll want to understand as well, so you might reach out to us about that. And then the sixth type of retirement I was going to talk about today is the discontinued service retirement, because it's coming up over and over again with these RIFs, over and over again in the environment we find ourselves in today. This is involuntary. Now that is key. That is key. Discontinued service retirement must be involuntary. And it also results in an immediate annuity. It's different, have different age requirements, different service requirements, because it is a discontinued service retirement. Now, most of the time, that's caused because of a RIF, or because a particular office that a federal employee is domiciled in is no longer there. It's being discontinued. That's the name, discontinued service retirement. That is most of the time. Ooh, but we're seeing the requirements of that broadened through these RIFs, DRPs, VERAs that's being offered. So there's some fluctuations in the definitions these days. How did I do? Was that an easy way of saying that? All the more reason for you to reach out to us. Again, febcnow.com is the quickest, easiest way to get a hold of us. Just click the Roadmap to Success, and I'll have one of our fantastic benefit coordinators have a conversation with you about your type of retirement that you might be interested in. I'm Elizabeth Inman, and I'm a retired federal retiree myself, and I love talking retirement issues with you.